Alright guys, so in this video I'm going to be working on this 1979 C10 step side. I'm going to be replacing the core support, the battery tray, and both inner wheel wells because of this rust here. I'm assuming it's on both sides, but you can't really see this side because of the battery tray. But the battery tray also looks like it's bad considering that the battery is sitting on a piece of plywood. Also going to be doing some things on the underside of the truck. So once I get it up in the air, I'll tune back in and show you guys what that'll look like. Alright guys, so I'm going to bring you in. I'll show you what it looks like underneath that battery. So the battery was sitting on this piece of plywood, and if we go ahead and pull this up, yeah, you can see that it's completely gone. So I'm gonna guess that the underside of this side might even be worse as far as the core support and inner wheel well than this side, just because of how bad this battery tray is. So I'll set you guys back down, let you keep watching. So I went ahead and unboxed everything and kind of laid it out here on the ground, how I think it goes into the truck, just so I have some kind of idea. It'll also help because now I know where the bolts are that hold all the pieces in and how they all attach. Again, if you look down here, there's 1, 2, 3 holes there that I'm guessing bolted to the bottom of this. That might all be rusted out. So I might not even have to tackle those bolts, but looking at this, it's looking like there's bolts all along inside the fender. I'm not really seeing any on the inside sitting along the frame, so I'm assuming that there's none in there. Went ahead and unboxed all the other parts that we're changing on this truck. There's the battery tray. This is all part of the battery tray. And this is part of the body mounts and all new hardware. That's a new coolant reservoir tank. One that's in the truck, you can't really see inside anymore. I think maybe it got covered with spray paint, I'm guessing. So I'm going ahead and swapping that out for him as well. I want to show you what's going on underneath this truck. So this piece here is this inner wheel well, which I'm replacing. This piece here would be the core support. You can see here that this body mount is completely gone. Again, this is the underside of that core support. It's supposed to come all the way across out here. Completely gone. This body mount is still more intact, but it's still shot. The rubber's just coming apart. I'm actually gonna have to cut this one off. And then here is this other inner wheel well. Not quite as bad as the other side, but still worth replacing. So just wanted to show you guys that, give you a little update, try to get this here core support and inner wheel wells all out. Alrighty guys, I wanted to give you a quick update before I head out for the day of what I got done. So I got the center core support all the way out. That's my dog Holly, she's here helping me. Fenders are almost off. There's one bolt here and then a bolt inside the door jamb on both sides. I have to get out and then they'll be ready to come out. The center core is all the way out, and I actually sat it over here next to the new one. That way I can show you guys how bad it actually is. You stand this old one up, you can see right here's where the radiator goes. Right there's one of the rubber grommets that actually holds the radiator. This one is so rotted it just fell out. So you can see that whole sill's basically rotted out. And if you come over to the new one, you can see how much of the material is actually gone on the old one. Definitely needed a new one, so I just wanted to share that and give you guys an update before I head out for the day. Tomorrow I'm hoping I can start actually putting it back together with the new stuff. So, see you guys tomorrow. All right guys, so I'm back here working on this truck again. I got the front end all taken off, as you can see. I'm gonna work on trying to clean up the frame some, and I'm gonna actually be cleaning off some of the surface rust and painting all this black before I start putting it back together. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and flip the camera around and bring you guys in for a close-up to show you what's going on. You see this kind of like crusty surface rust stuff that was underneath the core support. I'm gonna go ahead and clean all this up, and I'll go ahead and hit that with some black Rust-Oleum. I may go ahead and clean this up and paint this black as well, just because I think it'd be a little cleaner. Help protect that stuff. You know, hopefully this is the only time this truck's taken apart to this point. Here you can see the old ones. Each one of these, we had to grind them off. They were just spinning on the inside here. These little clips in here, pretty hard to see, but they're like a little C-clip with threads on it. As soon as I tried to loosen them, they were snapping and spinning, and there's not really any good way to grab onto them to get them out, so we just went ahead and ground them all off. This is the new battery tray, so that's starting to get put on. If you remember, the other one had a piece of plywood that the battery was sitting on. Hopefully tomorrow we can get this fender put on, and then we'll start tackling putting the new core support back in. All right, so it's been a couple days since the last time I worked on this truck. It's just got a little busy on the other parts of the shop, other projects. So you can see I got the front end starting to go back together. I got the frame all painted and cleaned up. I got the new fender liners in, the new core support in. So I'll flip the camera around so you guys can get it close. Alrighty guys, so now that I got the camera flipped around, I can show you guys in here. So I got the frame all wire wheeled and cleaned up and painted. I used a like rust converter type of paint to help keep it from rusting, and then like a matte black paint over top just to give it like a clean factory look. Now, this is actually the one that I had to cut out. Over here's the other one. That one was so rotted and gone that I didn't even have to loosen a bolt. It just came right out. You can see in here we got the new inner wheel wells all put in, the new core support all put in. Over here you can see a new battery tray. If you remember the old one, this was all completely rotted, and there was a piece of plywood in here for the battery to sit on. So now the battery has a nice tight, even got the tie down, so we'll be able to tie it down and it'd be much safer than the plywood and bungee cord that was there before. Alrighty guys, so I just finished up this here C10, and I was just gonna show you guys what we did on the bottom side of it, since I completely forgot to do that before. So I can try to show you what it looked like before versus what we had done. So I'll go ahead and flip the camera. So looking at the underside of this truck, you can see the brand new fender liners in there. You can see the new core support. You can see that it's got new body mounts holding the core support up. Same on the side. Alrighty guys, so when you come back here and look up where this cab mount is, we went ahead and just added what you see there on the bottom of the floor
along with the new cab mount. Obviously, this truck came in with just this sitting up in there, and that bottom piece of the cab mount was sitting on this. There was no rubber, not even a bolt through it. It was literally just sitting on this, which obviously is not very safe. The other side was the exact same. The cab was not attached to the frame at all. And it even got worse because I was looking at this in the truck and I was like, oh, well, at least it's square tubing. But it's actually not square tubing. These are 90-degree pieces, poorly welded together. So very, very unsafe. It should be a lot safer now that it's actually bolted in. So now I'll drop it down and I'll show you guys the finished product of what it looks like under the hood. Alrighty guys, so back up on top, you can come in and see the new core support. I got everything all tidy back up, all the wiring back in. I tried cleaning up the wiring the best I could to get it, run up in that fender leg. And then over here, I put in a new reservoir because the other one had spray paint all over it. The battery is now tied down without, a ratchet strap. Much better there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That wraps up this project. If you guys enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and we'll keep putting out more and more content. Thank you for watching.